The Metis Tech Show.
Welcome to the Metis Tech Show, a show for HVAC professionals by HVAC professionals.
I like how you guys bounce back and forth between heat pump talk and food talk.
The Metis Tech Show.
Mitsubishi.
All right, so you guys have been to Mexicali a couple times.
Yes.
I've been to Mexicali a couple of times, several times, and the one thing I love there is the food.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now there's a cevicheria right down from the hotel, and there's the Azteca, and there's actually a churrascaria, a Brazilian restaurant. So let's talk about some of the dishes you've had in Mexicali and what you like best. Jorge.
Well, okay. The Chinese food, man. That Chinese restaurant that we went to. I think it was called China Dragon. Is the name? That was right across the street from the Brazilian spot.
Yeah, China Dragon.
China Dragon or something like that. Man, that was. I come from New York where I ate my fair share of Chinese food.
Yeah.
But man, that Mexicali Chinese food was real good.
Yeah.
Real good. Yeah.
Felix, what about you? What's your favorite down there?
I went to that same cevicheria place, and they have these ribeye tacos.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Those are really good.
And
the octopus.
The octopus. I got the octopus, the pulpo entero, right? It comes on a board. It was so good.
Yes.
And I don't like ceviche that much. I'm not really a fan, but it was so fresh and it was so good. I mean, how can you not like it?
Yes.
And,
Oscar, have you been?
I've been there, but I haven't been to any of these famous places.
Oh,
you're
okay.
talking about, but
So you just sit there with your mouth watering then while we continue.
sounds good.
You were going to say something, Felix? I stepped on you. Sorry.
Oh, yes. They have those homemade sauces that they do in that place.
Yeah.
They have like five different kind of sauces, and they're awesome.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I went to this other spot. I don't know. I don't remember the names of these
No, me
places,
neither.
but it was they just bought like a whole bunch of different meat entree options, like carne asada, al pastor, and all that. And it just came like a pile of meat with tortillas on the side. And you make your own tacos with the onions and all that.
Yeah.
That was real good.
Yeah, there was a Brazilian place there, churrascaria, I think it's called.
Churrascaria.
Right? And so that is they have the little wheel.
Yes.
Red means stop, green means bring it on.
Yes.
And they just keep bringing you meat after meat after meat, and they slice it, they put it on your plate, it's so tender.
Right.
Yeah, and you'll get like a meat hangover when you're done
Yes.
with that. Have you been to the Azteca? This is the one that has a fish about as long as my arm, and it's deep fried. They must have a huge fryer. It's a deep fried fish. It's a whole fish. It's about as long as my arm. It's standing up, and then it's butterflied open, and it's this white fish. It's designed for four. But I'm not going to say I ate it by myself, but I know it was only two of us. Yeah,
Well, I never went, but I definitely got to go next time.
it's called the Azteca. It's about
next time.
a 15 or 20 minute drive from the hotel, from the office. But you got to look that up.
All right.
Okay. Any other things that stick out in Mexicali food wise?
Well, one of the DSGs, he took me to they have like a little Chinatown. They have like this like open plaza with different
Street vendors?
food. They have different restaurants and also for drinks, and they have live music. So they have very good environment and very good food, and it's like 15 minutes drive from the training center.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right, well, good. Well, welcome everybody to the Metis Tech Show. We are still, and I'm sorry you're sick of hearing this, but we're still at the 2025 DSG conference, and we're going through all the classes. And today we have Oscar. Oscar, say hi.
Hi.
We have Felix.
Hi.
Right, and Jorge.
Hi.
Hi. And you guys three of you are kind of teamed up and helping with the e-chiller class. Right now, the e-chiller is a product we have right now only available in the International Business Unit, which is Central, South America, Pacific Islands, Caribbean Islands, and it's really it's on fire in those locations. It's being installed. So let's talk about a couple of things. Let's start off with what are you guys covering in this class? And whichever one of you wants to go first, just make sure you speak really close to the mic because it's kind of loud in the background. We got people.
Want me to start or you got it? All right, well, basically, it's a product that it's still in the works. We don't have exact dates, but we're introducing the R32 version of the product. So in the IBU, they're currently selling the 410A coolant only chillers. But the fact that I'm saying coolant only, that's what makes us different from everyone else, right? In the market right now, at least what I've been told in the feedback, we don't have what's called a heat pump chiller, and that's what we're going to actually come out with here in the United States. It's going to be not only a coolant only chiller, it can actually heat the water as well.
Right, but where we're putting it now is places that don't need heat.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right now, and since IBU is our only campground right now, we don't have enough job site locations in the international business unit that we could test heated on, right?
Yeah.
But it is coming to the United States, so that's what we're doing. We're introducing everyone to the new heat pump chiller that's going to be using the R32 refrigerant, and then we also have another product that we plan on bringing on aboard, which is going to be a water cooled chiller.
Okay, and right now it is coming to the U.S. We'll leave it at that. We don't know when. It could be a year or two. We don't know when, so we're not going to even talk about that. But right
Correct.
now it's IBU only. So what else are you covering in class, Oscar?
So we're covering installation processes, the do's and the don'ts from what we've learned in the IBU.
Well, let's go over some of those do's and don'ts. What are some of the big do's and the big don'ts? And the don'ts I like to call do-nots or donuts. Let's keep the food theme.
One of the biggest thing is power. Good, clean power coming to our chillers. Same thing that we have with our VIF systems. Critical to have good, clean power. So that's one of our biggest problems in the IBU. We foresee that hopefully that doesn't happen when it gets to the United States, since we have more regulations. Second thing is quality of water.
That's important.
It's very, very important, especially for our heat exchanger. So everything has to be water treated and tested before we even turn on the chiller.
Right, and that's true with anything that deals with water. You're gonna, well, first of all, the power is a no-brainer. We need clean power for everything.
Correct.
Right, and the water, anything that touches water, you got to have certain specifications for water, and if not, it's got to be treated. We can get more into that in a little bit, but are there any other do's or do-nots that are critical? Those two seem big.
Yes. Well, one of the things especially with the water cooled systems is we can twin them, but they have to use the proper Mitsubishi kit. We have a kit for that, and the fact that if people are trying to make their own connections, and that's one of the challenges that we've seen in the Caribbean and the IBU.
And it's funny because we see that with VRF too. When we're twinning two ports, we have twinning kits for certain things, and when people try to do it themselves, it just does not come out well.
Correct.
If it's going to cost you more labor, and more labor than it would to just use the twinning kit that we have, so that's good.
Correct.
Right? Anything else? What are the do's and don'ts?
All right. Well, those of you who are used to the VRF, it's gonna be a little bit different in terms of your addressing, right? Because we got
that's
different
good.
modules.
Let's go for that.
Yeah, so you're still using what we call MNet to communicate, right? But on a VRF system, you got indoor units, you got outdoor units. On a chiller system, you just got the chiller. Now it is broken up into sections. I don't know if we're going to go through that part
Yeah,
yet.
let's do it. Yeah. Well, we can get back to that.
We'll get back to For now, we're breaking up that one chiller into 4 different sections. 2 of them main, 2 of them as a sub. So you're going to have to address the main portion of the system as an indoor unit and the sub portion as if it's an outdoor unit. So the famous addresses is 01 and 51, right?
Right.
So it's going to be a little different than what we're used to. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. And what I'll say, let's go along with what's being covered in the class, and then we can circle back and talk about specifics at the contractors. Because believe it or not, there are contractors listening to us in 90 countries.
wow.
I'm surprised anybody in this country listens to us, but there's 90 countries of people listening to us. So some of them may have the e-chiller right now. So let's continue. Let's go over. I like to go over the class. So you're starting off with some of the what is the e-chiller. It's modularized. We got the installation. We're going over the do's and don'ts. What else are you covering in this class? And it's a 4-hour-ish class.
Yeah.
So what else is talked about?
Well, we got an overview basically because most of the people that it's attending are first time introduced to the product.
That's important.
So we do spend a lot of time introducing them to how it looks, what it is, dimensions, service space, etc. And then we touch base on the startup sequence, what to do during startup. Actually, before we get there, I'm sorry, the do's and don'ts.
Right.
Then the startup sequence, and then how to troubleshoot it. Which, believe it or not, you get the same error codes you would get on a VRF, right? A 4-digit error code with the address. The only thing is, you still want to refer to the correct manual on it, right? You don't want to look at a NGen EP model 4250 because it's not going to be the same error code on a chiller 4250.
Use the right manual and then RTFM.
Yes.
Yes. All right, and so that's actually a lot in a 4-hour class.
It is.
To go over. So let's talk specifics here now. So we have a module, and it's a cooling only module right now. And where is the cooled water going, or does that matter?
We're just supplying the chiller.
Correct.
What you're using it on is totally up to
the
end
the
user
design,
Okay.
and the site.
All right. So I'm curious because it's been a long time. I think Jorge was a baby the last time I worked on a chiller. I'm just going to say, Felix, you were still old. So what tells the chiller, hey, I need to go on, I need the temperature of the water to be what? Well, how do we, what's the control look like?
So the controller is going to be very similar to our PAR 42. It kind of looks the same, but it's a PAR 31.
W32, W31 MA, yes.
But some of the features of that controller is you're giving it a set point for water. So it'll show you which chillers are running, how many are running, if you're using more than one chiller for a group. It won't tell you like frequency or anything like that. It's just going to give you water set point and what's actual water temperature leaving.
Okay, so we're just controlling the water temperature.
That is correct.
All right, and something else is going to control the air temperature and whether or not the air handler comes on.
Correct.
Correct.
We're
right.
just
That's
trying
easy enough.
we're just trying to maintain that 5 to 10 degrees difference between the supply and the return water temperature.
That's not bad. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this modular, because that's got me curious, because is that something that's common with each other? You guys do chillers. I haven't done one, like I said, in a long time. Is it common to have a chiller that's modularized?
Yes, there are some brands they have already modular
right.
equipment, but ours, what the big difference that we have is our inverter efficiency,
Yeah.
and which the way we manage partial loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to give the comparison. Whoever took our 3-day city multi-class and our 2-day M&P, we always have that module where we compare a traditional compressor
Yep.
to a inverter compressor.
Right.
And that's modular chillers exist in the market already. The difference between those chillers versus these chillers is that, yes, we have the modular approach, but we also have an inverter-driven modular approach, which makes it even more efficient than the idea of modular chillers to
Okay.
begin with.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And how many modules? What is there a max modules we can put together? Let's talk tonnages.
Okay, so a chiller itself, air cool, we have the 40 tons and the 50 tons. For the water cooled chiller, we have the 25 tons modules. So we can combine them. So for example, for the 40 tons, we can make groups of up to 6. And a group of 6 could be either 240 if you're using 40s or 300 if you're using 50s. And then you can have up to 24 units as well as a one system. So you can have 4 groups of 6.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty good. So you can pretty much any size building you got, because obviously this is not going to be something for residential. It's going to be a commercial building.
Up to 1,200 tons we
Wow.
can have.
On one system.
Correct.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And some buildings have multiple systems, so that's pretty cool too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? What have I missed? We talked about power. We talked about the water. Let's talk about the water. What are we looking for? Let's talk about, if you guys know this off the top of your heads, I hate to put you on the spot, but let's talk about the water quality. Let's talk about the flow rate. maximum, minimum, GPM. Let's talk about heights. Let's talk about anything to do with water.
Minimum GPM is 56. That's the minimum that we required. For the water quality, the pH must be between 5.5 and 8, and the ppm at 70. That's what we're looking for. Well, water quality as the minimum. And we've been mentioning in the class that even sometimes we have tests drinkable water, potable water, that doesn't comply with our requirements.
Yeah, well, yeah. You'd hate to see what's in the water in some of these. So even here, it's So the water's got to be treated. If not, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, and we make a lot of emphasis about how critical the quality of the water is for the life, the expectancy of the system.
And what happens, Felix, or anyone of you, Oscar or Jorge, if you guys know, what happens if I don't treat the water and it doesn't meet the minimum standards? What's going to happen?
The life on your heat exchanger within the chiller, the life of it is not going to be very long.
Oh, sorry, we just had somebody drop something. If you heard that boom, it's going to shorten the life. This is why the water quality is important. And what it's going to cost you to treat the water, you'll probably save. Once you have to replace the heat exchanger, now you got the system that's down, which I want to come back to that in a second. Because it's modular, if one module goes down, and let's just say it's not a maximum load day, or I sized it for redundancy. What if I sized it for X size and I doubled what I need? That way I have some redundancy in case the system goes down. I'm going to lead lag it, run them all together. Is that possible to do it?
Yes.
All right.
We have an algorithm internally that it will make those kind of decisions based on the demand. And you can also, through dip switch, you can set it to the system or the group to work at certain percentage of this capacity, leaving room for future expansion as well.
Yeah, I did attend the training we had on this. I think the factory gave us some training on this of the product, and I was blown away with the e-chiller. So I'm looking forward to seeing one in person. You guys have seen him in person?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys have all of you have done some site visits. So I know we talked about the do's and don'ts. Without throwing anybody under the bus, and we'll start, Oscar, I'm going to start with you and work our way over. Without throwing anybody under the bus, what are some of the things that you've seen that have gone wrong, and what are the things that you've seen that have gone well?
So some of the things I've seen go wrong is the bases that these chillers are set on. We require 3 points of contact if you're not using like a whole rail. Because most of the weight's going to be in the center of the chiller. So if we're not supporting the center and the edges, it'll tend to kind of bow on itself.
Yeah.
So we don't want that to happen. Some other pitfalls internationally we see is strainers installed backwards, or you don't have access to even taking out the filter from the strainer.
To clean it?
Wow. So.
That's not good. Why put a strainer in a filter if you can't clean it?
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the startup procedures is, you're going to flush out all the pipes before you even turn on the chiller. So you have to access that.
Yeah, let's come back to the startup, because that's an important part. I want to come back to that. Felix, what are some of the pitfalls and some of the good things you've seen?
Well, seeing, I have not too many experience. I've been only exposed to the one that we have in PEMS. But based on the feedback from the contractors attending the class, water quality, I would think that it was one of the main things happening in South America. And due to the fact that even if they are providing the reports how bad the water is, they're being pressured to start the system.
So they know the water's bad, but they're succumbing to the pressure. Get it going, and
Correct.
We'll worry about it later. And later, it's kind of too late to worry about.
Correct.
It's gonna just be. I think it's just do it right the first time or do it over.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Correct. Another issue is the dirty voltage that we have also overseas. Yeah. So it's another challenge, and my recommendation during the class is like to use a buck transformer or some kind of like a stabilizer to make sure that you have your 460 plus minus 5%.
Okay. And these are 460 volt units.
The new ones are going to be for 60.
Okay.
Plans. Yes, R32. Yes.
Jorge, anything to add?
2 items I got. One was, just like air, characteristics of air, right? You don't want to oversize, undersize. You don't want too much airflow, not enough airflow. Not only water quality, but water volume is very important as well, right? If you undersize the pump, oversize the pump, all that good stuff, that could actually possibly lead to, we're trying to maintain a delta T. Well, if you got too much water volume, not enough, etc., flow, you could get premature failures because of it. You know, well, what happens when an evaporator, doesn't have enough airflow across it? It starts flooding back refrigerant to the compressor, eventually washes out the oil, right? Stuff like that. So that's very critical.
Do we have a sizing tool or a design tool? Because I know it's not in DSB, but do we have a sizing tool for the e-chiller?
It is on DSB.
It is on DSB?
It is on DSB.
Oh, I thought it wasn't on DSB. Yes. Okay, so it's on DSB. What about a sizing tool? Do we have that? How is this getting sized? How are we determining the load? Are they doing the load calcs? Or?
No, the engineer is due by the contractor or the engineer, and we just provide the solution.
Okay, so the engineer is providing the load. Here's what we need. Was the size that we need. We put it in there. We throw it in DSB, and it's going to spit out everything we need. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
And then the second thing I ran into wasn't really like install related or, it might have been power related, but the problem that we ran into in PIMS with the circuit boards, right? I got tons of experience on how to check harnesses, voltages from here, voltages here and there, and all that. Just know that that side of things is not like a traditional chiller, right? Now that's where your Mitsubishi experience comes into play. So we got the noise filter board, the inverter board, the fan board, control board, power supply board, and all that stuff, and that's where your traditional VRF mind kicks into play, and it's good to have experience. I joked about it in every session today and yesterday. These chillers, a lot of people compare it to City Multi. I get why. I like to say they're similar but very different.
Or distant cousins.
Yeah. Yeah. So
from different parts of the world, they don't speak the same language. Right?
So learn what goes on between board to board.
Yeah. All right. And what about piping? Are we seeing piping errors out there?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
I mean,
so the piping's pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward. The only thing we ask is we're not connecting to the chillers with any type of steel piping.
Steel. All right. Anything else? What else are we covering in the class, or what else do the contractors need to know?
Oh, well, we covered that the different type of controls that we have to control the chiller. We have the PAR W31, and we have a central controller, the A400 now.
Will this work on Kenza?
No.
No work on
Kenza,
Kenza,
because
not yet.
You mentioned that there is not an IBU.
There's no Kens in the IBU.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So sorry, IBU. We'll take that back.
But hopefully, when it comes to the States, we'll be able to integrate
I'm sure it
with
will
Kenza.
be. Yeah, we'll talk to the controls. Ed Blair, we'll get him to do that.
Yeah.
He's probably already working on it.
Yeah, I'm sure he made the HVRF work by now. So he'll make the chillers work.
Yeah. Anything else, guys?
I do want to mention a lot of, we're in a modern world of controls, right? So if you look at our central controller or our PAR 31, all you literally see is entering water temp, exiting water temp, set point, on, off. That may not be enough for most people nowadays, especially with what other manufacturers are providing in terms of their controls interface, right? But we do, on our central controller, we have drivers that you could actually use that will output your maintenance tool data points, right? So everything you can see in maintenance tool, which, by the way, if you guys don't have any experience with Mitsubishi, maintenance tool is a tool that will give us all our data points in terms of temperatures, pressures, compressor current, solenoid valve states, etc. Way more.
Same thing. A lot of the stuff we see in VRF.
Yes.
And anything else.
Same thing you'll see on a chiller, plus more, because chiller has a lot of inputs and outputs that it displays. All of that information you can now display it on your building automation, create some sort of graphic or something, and you can see more than just your entering water and exiting water temperatures. You can see each compressor. That's another thing we didn't go into. There's 4 compressors in each chiller. You can see each compressor's high side and low side pressure. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, I personally have not seen one of these. I'm looking forward to it. When it comes here, I know we got some test sites that's probably going to go in. Yeah, and we're going to be putting this in some of our training centers, so I really can't wait for that. So anything else? We pretty much covered it?
Yes, pretty much covered.
Yeah.
All right, so when you guys going back to Mexicali? Anything on the schedule?
I don't know. Whenever y'all need me.
Yeah. Well, I think we should go and just check out make sure the e-chiller is still chilling.
Yeah.
You know, and if
That'll
we
be cool.
Yeah. Would it
Very
be,
cool.
Yeah. Would it be right to go there?
Yep.
To go there to eat and come back?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you very much.
take care.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
See you on the next one.